Welcome, commanders, allies, and future warriors. This is Phidius War Journal, episode 23. Today, we mark the final chapter of an unforgettable campaign. The kind of campaign forged in fire, sharpened by doctrine, and sealed by the steel will of a united coalition. This is not just a recap. This is a salute, a tribute, to the warriors who stood tall when others fell, who stayed focused while others faltered. To all who followed our journey from the early moments of war to this victorious end, we welcome you to the after-action report of the Raiders, the last surviving coalition, victorious in both battle and diplomacy. The early game tested us hard. Iran, under the command of Donald Francis, was hit with a devastating early war against Sweden and Finland. His territories were scarred, his economy rocked, but he never broke. Instead, he rebuilt. With grit and resolve, Donald Francis forged a mighty air force, bringing stealth fighters and stealth bombers into play late in the game. His perseverance was unmatched. He turned the ashes of war into the engines of victory. Meanwhile, the Philippines, commanded by CosmicGG, secured total naval superiority. While others scrambled for coastlines, CosmicGG built the strongest navy in the game, reliable, relentless, and always where the coalition needed him most. He was our shield at sea, a vanguard on the water, and a constant contributor to our dominance. Phidius, my own command, engaged in a defining early war with Myanmar. That clash set the tone for regional dominance. It was a brutal, unforgiving conflict that left no room for weakness. From there, we pushed hard into Egypt, breaking their lines and continuing the march into Europe. This was a campaign of momentum and firepower, where each front was met with overwhelming precision and tactical supremacy. But the tip of the spear, the fire that broke spirits, was our platoon leader, Lost Soul, commanding China. His leadership was something rarely seen in war. His dedication to a full-scale ballistic missile doctrine reshaped how this game was played. When Lost Soul moved, cities vanished. Enemies collapsed. Rage quits followed in his wake as capital after capital was turned to rubble. His message was clear: test this coalition, and you will be erased. Together, we coordinated strikes, covered flanks, and reinforced each other without hesitation. Our teamwork wasn't just good, it was elite. Our doctrines aligned, our timing was perfect. And as the world descended into chaos, we remained a singular force, strategic, swift, and surgical. By day 15, the tides had turned. The balance of power tilted in our favor. Though the game didn't vote to end until day 38, the outcome had already been decided. Our coalition's mastery of rapid ballistic deployment crippled any chance of opposition recovering. In the end, only 6 nations remained. Us and our final rivals, Peru and Chile, both experienced, both prepared for a long war. But in a rare act of respect and diplomacy, they acknowledged what we already knew: we had won. This was not just a military campaign, it was a statement, a demonstration of what a true coalition, bonded by respect, skill, and focus, can accomplish. To those watching, if you're ready to be part of something greater, to train, fight, and rise in the ranks with commanders who don't quit, then join us. The Raiders are recruiting. Discord link in the description. Bring your best. Leave the rest behind. Brothers and sisters of the battlefield. When the call came, we answered. Not for glory, not for medals, but for each other. In the darkest hours of war, when the night was thick with smoke and the air screamed with chaos, we stood shoulder to shoulder, not as strangers, but as a brotherhood forged in fire. This bond, it doesn't come from peace. It is carved from the long marches, the sleepless nights, the sound of mortar and gunfire echoing across valleys we've bled to hold. It comes from knowing the man beside you would lay down his life before letting harm come your way, and you'd do the same without hesitation. We didn't choose war, but we chose each other. In every command issued and every silence shared between missions, something stronger than fear took root. Loyalty, trust, brotherhood. It's what makes us more than a fighting force. It makes us a family. One forged not by blood, but by shared sacrifice and an unspoken oath to never let the other fall. These trials changed us. They hardened us. And in that transformation, we found strength no enemy could break. This bond, this sacred brotherhood, is what we carry long after the weapons fall silent. And no matter where life takes us, no matter how many miles separate us, we are never alone. Because once you've stood with your brothers in the furnace of war, you are bound for life. And though the battles fade into memory, the echoes remain. We remember the faces. Some we still see, others we carry with us in silence. Each name, each call sign, etched into our souls like scars of honor. We don't forget. We can't forget. Because every victory we claimed, every inch of ground we held, was earned by those who stood beside us when it mattered most. It wasn't the strength of our weapons that won the day. It was the will to keep going when our bodies gave out. It was the glance from a comrade that said, "I've got you," without a single word spoken. That's what kept us moving. That's what brought us home. And now, as we gather again, veterans of campaigns written in digital fire and steel, we don't just look back on what we did. We look forward to what we still stand for. Honor, discipline, unity, brotherhood. This bond doesn't expire when the war ends. It follows us. It guides us. It reminds us that we're never out of the fight, because every new soldier who joins our ranks carries the torch we lit. So we train, we lead, we watch each other's six. Because someday the horn will sound again. And when it does, this brotherhood will rise once more. We are forged in battle, bound in loyalty, and built to endure. Until the next war, stand by your brothers. This concludes Phidius War Journal, episode 23. Coalition dismissed. Until the next war.